Okay, I'm going to explore Sevastapol for a little bit, if possible, before I move on with the story. I want to wait to move on until one of my buddies is able to watch. He's been following me since I restarted the game, so I'd like for him to get to see the rest of the game. And I've never really taken the time to really just walk around and check out Sevastapol before, so if possible I'd like to use this opportunity to look around and see if I can uncover anything that I may have missed. Synthetic storage. I think I might remember where this is. There were a lot of humans here before. But I believe that the alien has wiped them all out. Oh, hey, welcome. A couple of the people who wanted to watch are actually still not home yet, so right now, Jim, I'm just, I'm going to explore Sevastopol a bit, since we blew the alien, we locked the alien in the lab and blew it out into space. So that means, you know, I get to explore, you know, kind of freely for a change, which is something I've never really done. So, hopefully you're okay with me taking a little time to walk around and check out the station before I continue with the story, which I'll probably do in about half an hour to an hour. They crafted such a beautiful, you know, in-game world here. Yeah, the alien's been blown out into space, so, well, so there is no alien tracking me right now. I'm rid of him. With that being said, bear in mind that this game is called Alien Isolation. I'm not going to spoil anything, you know, but whether or not we've really seen the last of the alien, you can never be sure, you know, in this universe, can you? Yeah, it's such a gorgeous in-game world, isn't it? And I'd never before, my first time through the game, I was just, you know, determined to get through the game. And this is only my second time through the game, you know. And I've never just taken a chance to just explore. You know, because most of the game you are stalked by the alien constantly wherever you go. So exploring is a massive risk.
Smythe, have you been practicing the script for the VIPs visiting today? We need to impress. Noise from upstairs says they're the last potential bidders for Sevastopol's Working Joe rollout. If they go with Weyland-Yutani cast-offs instead, the job Seegson have allocated for us back on Earth are on the line. Don't screw up. Spreading out.
Wait, is there an item there? There is something, but I have the max number already. Let's search this room and see if there's any, you know, flamethrower fuel or anything. Wait. Does it go up any further? No, move up is locked, so let's move it down. Ethanol. Anything on this side? No. Blasting cap. This one may not move. Now that one appears to be offline. This one moves now. Let's see. Charge pack. Full on charge packs. We're actually full on just about everything except, I think, flamethrower fuel. Maybe med kits. I'd like to explore more parts of the station now. So I'm going to try everything that I can to try to get around the station and have a look at some of the areas I haven't been able to look at before. Yeah, what a gorgeous in-game world, truly. And you actually do have, you know, pretty much free run of it. You can go back and visit pretty much everywhere that you've been. And the only thing that stops you from doing that, the only thing that's ever stopped me from doing that, is the fact that the alien will stalk you everywhere that you go. That is, until now that he's been blown out of the airlock. This one doesn't move, but this one does. So there's another compression cylinder? What's the point of that? Well, now we have one, so whatever. So it doesn't go up any further than that. Sensor. That's pretty worthless to me. A flare, also worthless. Guess I can't reach that one. That's kind of dumb. Only one more to search then. I guess I'll send it up one time. And nope. Damn. No flamethrower fuel. Oh well. At least I finally checked this room out in its entirety. I've already been in the vents back there. I don't need to crawl in those vents. What I would like to do is go search some of the other parts of the station, though. I'm always hearing eerie noises, you know. It's like I'm paranoid that even though I clearly saw the alien get blown out into space, I'm still paranoid that it's going to just jump out at me, you know. silly as that might sound. So I don't know if I checked this one or not. Let's have a peek in here. Where does this even go? Ooh, Compound V. I did need some of that. So we'll go ahead and take that. Let's see. Okay. Flare. No need for a flare. Yep, jumping at shadows. That's a good way of putting it. Bonding agent. I'd really like flamethrower fuel, but the game's been stingy with it. At least I've got 268, so I mean that's nothing to scoff at. I don't understand this room over here with this weird gas. I don't understand how I'm supposed to get in there. It looks like one of the Nostromo logs is in there.
Smythe, it's Spedding. You knew full well that these guys were the last...
I don't know if I've ever gone in there. There might be a part where you get like a gas mask or something.
They're not interested. So no bonus for
And you can go in there. But it's been so long since I've played this game, I don't even recall
but you know what's getting me even more pissed? I have
all of the items that you get.
to oversee the synthetic shutdown while you go home. Don't have nightmares on the trip back, jackass.
Dude. Let's see. It drives me crazy. My own footsteps scare me. I'll just be walking along and I'll step on something like a metal grated floor. And then I'll think it's the blood-sucking alien. Looks like I've got everything ready to construct. So I basically have 3 of every item, plus at least 1 more, once I craft it. I already replaced the compression cylinder. That's weird. Oh well. Yeah. I actually bought, Agony. You know, I'm curious to try that out in a bit, maybe. Maybe. I won't lie, I was kind of inspired to buy Agony, both because I like the style of gameplay, you know, first-person horror games. But not just that, also because, you know, I read a review by some journalist who said they were so outraged about, like, the game's sexual content and, you know, how, like, there are scenes of, like, women being abused. But, I mean, come on, the game is set in hell. So, I mean, everybody gets treated badly in hell. You know, I mean, it just seems like a silly thing. I mean, I know I read that men are being treated horribly too. That's kind of the point of hell. And yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome news about Steam. I'm really glad that Steam is doing that. You know, I mean, that's a major victory for. It's a major victory for people who love video games and art in general, and who want to see art that has not been, you know, censored or perverted by the whims of others. Okay, Symed Tower Transit. Yeah, I'm backtracking quite a bit here. I'm hoping to get to, like, check out the main concourse and stuff, you know, really go back a long way and go digging in places that we haven't been in a long time. That would be excellent. But we'll see how far the game lets me get. It's possible that certain areas where I've used to go have been shut off and are not accessible anymore. But device invalid. Okay, we can't get in there yet. I know that there were more elevators that I had access to. Ah, like that one over there. We'll go check that elevator out. Let's see, I think this might go to Seegson Synthetics. Nope, medical staff entrance. Well, we're gonna go have a look. But yeah, it would be nice if Agony did add the removed content, you know? I cannot stand censorship, you know? I mean, I would be fine with, like, options for censorship, because sometimes I know that, like, Nintendo will localize a game and they'll censor certain things like cleavage, because in the US the ESRB doesn't like too much cleavage in games with an E rating. So they'll censor stuff to get it an E rating, but I wish that it was possible to, like, at least, like, go on the internet and order an uncensored version of the game. If Nintendo would at least offer something like that. Yeah, the Fire Emblem Fates head pats were removed. They only kept the, blowing away the steam after your wife showers. One sec. Got a text. Asking my buddy if he wants to go out and have a drink this weekend. I need to get out of the house. I've been cooped up in here for too long. Okay. Need a higher level ion torch to open that. So I guess for now, our progress in this particular direction is cut off. The game may not be opened up more until I progress more, you know. I might have missed my chance to explore some places earlier. But I'm at least going to find out. I mean, right now I'm waiting on my buddy August, at least, anyway. He wants to see this game, so I don't want to progress without him. It's kind of silly to me, though, that they removed head pats of all things. I mean, it's not like that's really that lewd or anything. I do understand, I guess, how they removed the date rape scene. Okay, you know what? This isn't worth it. I don't want to expend supplies on fighting that working Joe. Maybe I'll think about that, actually. I don't know how far back I can even go. That's the issue. It looks like, because I remember going back that way won't take me. I'll hit a dead end if I go back that way. Yeah, somebody got fired. Yeah. I consider that a good thing. They need to get rid of all these people who lie to them and push their agenda as if their agenda is what's good for business. It isn't. You know, they're pushing an agenda that's their own, you know, selfish ideas of the way things should be. And that's not something, you know, the market has proven that that's not something that pays. They're so aggressive, you know, these SJW types. They really are, you know, I mean. And the way they push stuff, they're so vocal. It's taken corporations, most corporations, it seems like it's taken them a while to realize that this loud, obnoxious, scary force that they're also terrified of is not, it does not have the influence that they believe that it has. It simply doesn't. It's all fake. It's all overblown and inflated and bloated. But certain companies are beginning to realize this. I just wish Disney would realize it so they can stop screwing up Star Wars. I mean, that's the biggest one to me now, is Star Wars and how much they have messed with that. Yeah. Disney has a lot of people in high positions, though, is the issue, who are, you know, who will put the agenda ahead of, they will put the agenda ahead of making money. Solo is the first Star Wars movie in my life since I was old enough to drive myself that I have not gone to see opening day. I even went to see, you know, 7 and Rogue One and 8. I went to all of those opening day, you know. And 7 had its issues, certainly, you know, but I thought that they at least set the framework for something that could be exciting. And then Rogue One, it was like, okay. I mean, Rogue One was probably about what I expected. You know, it wasn't great, but it was an interesting Star Wars movie, you know, kind of exciting. I liked certain things in it. Like, I really loved the Darth Vader scene, you know. But then, you know, I mean, I had all these hopes after seeing 7. I had all these hopes for Episode 8. You know, and I thought Episode 8 was going to be... I hoped that Episode 8 was going to be great. That Episode 8 was really going to shine. But it didn't. It took all the problems of Episode 7 and it, like, magnified them times, you know, by several magnitudes. And it threw out all the good things about 7. I mean, that's what was infuriating to me. It's like, okay, if 8, I was thinking, if 8 gives us more of the good and does away with the bad, or doesn't add any more bad, then I'll enjoy 8. But no, 8 decided that what they needed to do was just completely, the things that I didn't like, the politicization and stuff, they decided that's what we really need more of. We really need to pound that in there. And then the actually interesting stuff, they just completely threw out the window. What was the example? Well, I mean, Kylo Ren, I mean, I thought he was a really interesting character in 7. And then in 8, he's still the most interesting character, but they threw away most of his major, most interesting plot lines. I've heard that, see, I heard that, but I don't buy it. I mean, I've looked at the wording. I believe, because they did say once upon a time that there was a framework, that Abrams had laid out a framework, a rough framework for the trilogy. It wasn't really specific, but he had a rough framework. And that Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson threw it out. And then after that, when episode 8 started getting all this backlash, J.J. Abrams came out and said, "Oh no, there wasn't a plan. I didn't have a script or anything like that." You know, which, I mean, his word choice was interesting to me. I remember it was something like, "Oh, there was no script." You know, but I mean, there wasn't a script, but I still believe that there was an outline, as they said there was. You know, at one time. But I don't know. I mean, I remember. I need to go back, and one thing that I'm curious about is I want to go back and I want to look and I want to see when the episode 8 delay happened. Because I remember that episode 8 was originally going to come out in May of 2017, and at some point they kicked it back to December. And I can't prove this, but I speculate. My speculation is, and don't worry, I'm gonna get on to the game in just a moment here. I need to take a pee break real quick, and I'm gonna finish my little rant here before I do that, and we'll get moving. But my speculation is that depending on when it was that pushback happened, where they pushed the film back all the way to December, I think that something to do with the election, something to do with the politics at the time, like with the rise of Trump and stuff, I think that something to do with that caused Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson to say, okay, let's make some changes to the movie. Let's push it back to, let's push it way back to December to give us more time. And let's make some changes to this movie to make it, you know, anti-Trump and, you know, add some feminist message or something like this. Because you can't tell me that they were not freaking out at that time. You know, people like them who have this massive agenda, you know, especially Kathleen Kennedy with her "The Force is Female" shirt. People like that, I'm sure that they were furious. I have no doubt they were furious about the political climate in the country. That might be true, although Rogue One came out in 2016, and, well, let's see, Trump announced in 2015. Yeah, it would not surprise me at all if Trump was the reason for some Rogue One reshoots. But I believe the one that he probably affected the most, you know, with that big, you know, months. They pushed it back, let's see, May. Oh, geez, they pushed it back like almost 8 months, episode 8. I really believe that episode 8 was the one that they probably changed the most. as a result of Trump. And maybe that's why Ray ended up being such a Mary Sue. Maybe they originally had a plan for her to, face an obstacle or struggle with something, or actually show, some basic human, relatable human weaknesses and shortcomings. Maybe there was a plan to do that, but then they decided, oh, well, time, everybody's so sexist now, because Trump is winning, so time to make sure that we insert, our strong female character. So people understand, that feminism is the future. Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna be right back. I need a quick pee break, and then we're gonna start progressing a little. I'll just be a moment here. Okay. I'm back. And yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I was kind of okay with Rey winning in the first movie. I still think it would have been cooler to have Luke show up there and save the heroes. But Rey. I would have been okay. Here's the thing. I was still willing to give Rey the benefit of the doubt after 7. That maybe she isn't a total Mary Sue. Maybe. I was willing to give it a shot. Because Kylo Ren was badly wounded when he fought her at the end of 7. I still would have thought it would have been better if Luke had showed up and rescued her, you know, but, well, you can't get what you want always, you know, so. I guess you get what I'm saying. I still had hope, though, at the end of 7, that maybe she wouldn't be a total Mary Sue, that maybe 8 would give her some obstacles to overcome. Maybe she'd have another fight with Kylo Ren, and maybe this time Ren would kick her ass because he isn't weak anymore. Oh jeez, that thing freaked me out. I guess he's getting up.
Something obvious. You really shouldn't be here.
Yeah, he wants to go. But nope, episode 8, like I said, they took more of everything that I hated, and they took it up to 11. They decided that Rey needed to be even more overpowered. Oh, you son of a bitch. God damn it! Okay.
You're going to hurt yourself.
Fuck that shit. Tired of those fuckers. So yeah, exactly as you said, Rey is totally a Mary Sue now. 100% Mary Sue. I don't think they can possibly fix her unless they had, like, they could explain that all her power comes from the fact that she took the quick and easy path and have her become a villain and have Kylo Ren become the good guy and return to the light side. They could do that. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to have their you know, strong female character turn back over to the fucking light side and yeah, you see, I always thought when Snoke said there's been an awakening in the Force, in the darkness and in the light, I wondered, well, what if Kylo Ren is the awakening in the light? And that's why Kylo Ren has been saying You know, when he was alone in his room talking to Darth Vader, he said, "I've been hearing the call of the light. I've been resisting it, but it's strong," you know, and stuff like that. Well, he's been hearing the call of the light. Maybe he was the awakening in the light. And maybe Rey, who's been taking the quick and easy path, you know, this... Yeah, exactly. I feel the pull of the light. And maybe Rey, who's had this quick, effortless path to power, a fearful little girl who says, you know, I'm so scared, I don't know what's happening to me, who's angry at her parents for abandoning her, and who hates Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, because he killed her surrogate father, Han Solo. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. That's the path to the dark side, you know? So, I mean, it would make perfect sense, in my opinion, for it to turn out that Rey was the awakening in the dark side, and Kylo Ren was the awakening in the light, and that they've just been resisting their destinies, as it were. And then Rey ends up falling to the dark side, but because of her hatred of Ben Solo, you know, I mean, I came up with all my own ideas for what could happen, and, I mean, I don't know, I mean, I'm, you know, after 7, I don't know, I'm not going to pretend like I'm the best writer ever, or anything like that, but I know that what I came up with is better than what we got. Way better. And I mean, like, just imagine, like, when Snoke said, it's time for Kylo Ren to complete his training. What I imagined possibly happening there was, Kylo Ren gets back, and Snoke tells him that in order to complete his training, now that he's killed Han Solo, the last thing he needs to do to complete his training is he needs to fight and kill all of his own friends in the Knights of Ren. And then he has by himself, he fights all of the Knights of Ren by himself on Snoke's orders, and he's forced to kill his own former allies by his own hand. And as a result of that, and as a result of killing Han, he starts to have, you know, misgivings about Snoke and about the dark side. And then he gets ordered to kill his mother. And that's the moment when he gets ordered to kill his mother. That's the moment when he says, all right, enough is enough. And he stops resisting who he is, because he can't kill his own mother. And he comes back to the light side. And then Rey, they want to welcome him back into the fold. But Rey can't forgive him for killing Han Solo. So Rey goes over to the dark side because she can't forgive Ben Solo like Luke and Leia can. Maybe she doesn't join Snoke. Maybe she, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't kill Snoke, but she joins the dark side in some form, is how I imagined it. But that's just my vision. And not to be arrogant, but I think that would have been a so much better, so much more interesting, so much cooler movie than the crap that we got. Yeah, I know. Now that Carrie Fisher's dead, and then Rian Johnson, of course, decided that he needed to kill Luke Skywalker for some reason. Totally unnecessary. Why did they even need to kill Luke Skywalker? I mean, like, I understand needing him out of the way, you know, because you can't keep having him in movies forever. But honestly, I think that Luke has earned the right to, you know, after these 3 movies, to still be alive and then to, like, just retire. And Luke retires and he becomes, you know, he gets into training the next wave of Jedi. And maybe he has a cameo every now and then after that, you know, but he never has a leading role again. That would have been a fine and tasteful way, in my opinion, to get Luke out of the way. It would just be to have him retire and go, you know, and start a Jedi temple. But no, they decided they needed to kill him for some reason. And not only kill him, but to kill him after just completely destroying his character. And making him do things in that movie that Luke Skywalker would never do. You can't expect me to believe that Luke Skywalker would ever consider killing Ben Solo. Yeah. And Ben Solo is the closest thing that there is to a new Skywalker. And in my version, Ben Solo would have come back to the light side, and he'd be... Ben Solo would come back to the light side, and he'd be, he could be the new, you know, the new hero in the later movies. You would still have a Skywalker, but his name would be Solo, so, you know, you'd have some, you'd be doing honor to both those classic characters. By having a character, a leading character who carries on both their names. I hate working Joes so much. I absolutely hate these damn things. Yeah, I remember that. I never read those books, but I had a lot of friends who did. I read like 1 or 2 of those books, actually. I didn't keep up with them very well, though. But I remember that. Yeah, they had twins. And Ben was the name of Luke's son, Ben Skywalker. And Luke didn't have a son, though, in this new one. Which kind of sucks. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, some people thought Rey was going to be his daughter. But I mean, if that was the case, then like, why... Stranding Rey on a planet isn't something that I could, you know, see Luke Skywalker doing, you know. Yeah, the most annoying thing, honestly, about Episode 8 to me was how one of the things that J.J. Abrams did do a really great job of with 7 was he set up all these threads for potentially exciting revelations down the line. You know, he set up all these questions, you know, all these mysteries. But then Rian Johnson comes along, and he just craps all over all of it. It's like he answers pretty much every question that Rian Johnson gave. Or, you know, he doesn't answer a lot of them. Like he answered who were Rey's parents' question. Oh, they're nobodies. Okay. So basically saying to the audience, your parents are, you know, whoever you were guessing Rey's parents are, you were wrong. You're dumb. She's nobody. And then the question of Snoke. You know, who is Snoke? You get that question. And in this one, not only do they not answer who Snoke is, but they kill Snoke. They just kill him off like nothing. And I mean, what a complete waste of a character.
Apollo's security perimeter has been built so that only Sikhs and synthetics can interact with it. Listen to me. I'm going to have to do something rather drastic if I hope to connect with Apollo.
So not only does he... It's like he couldn't even just leave the question of who Snoke is for Episode 9. It's like, for whatever reason, Rian Johnson decided he needed to answer pretty much every mystery that J.J. Abrams set up. Or not answer them, but then completely destroy any possibility. He just needed to get rid of all those mysteries for some reason, he felt. And I can't understand that at all. And all of his answers were so stupid and so boring, you know. Like, what happened when Luke Skywalker found, you know, the original Jedi Temple that he went out looking for? Oh, he just went there to die. Wait a minute, if Luke Skywalker just went there to die, then what? What? Why did Luke Skywalker leave 2 pieces of a map, then, that leads to Luke Skywalker, if he didn't want to be found? And you can't tell me that Luke isn't the one who left the map. First of all, why would they need the map if somebody who was friends of Luke Skywalker knew where he had gone? Then why would they need a map to find him in the first place? You know? So, second of all, R2-D2, second of all, was... C-3PO clearly stated that R2-D2 went into sleep mode right after Luke Skywalker left. Which Luke Skywalker was R2-D2's master and owner. So that tells me Luke Skywalker was the one who put him in sleep mode. And, I mean, it's easy to deduce that Luke's instructions to R2-D2 were, when my friends get the part of the map that I've left, the other part of the map, when they get it, R2-D2, you're going to wake up, and you're going to roll out, and you're going to finish the map. I've left the rest of the map inside of you. And until then, you're going to be in sleep mode. And, you know, I mean, that's an obvious step taken by Luke Skywalker to, if the first part of the map fell into the hands of the enemy, then they still wouldn't be able to find him because they don't have R2-D2. And R2-D2 was programmed to finish the map for them once they had the missing piece.
I've had to divert power from the area to allow me to try.
And it's obvious that that was Luke's doing. I mean, just based on the fact that R2 went into sleep mode after Luke left. So that's a gaping plot hole. Why would Luke leave a map behind? If his plan was just to die, then why would he leave a map behind that leads to him? That's dumb. I always thought that what he was expecting was, my theory was that he wanted Leia, or maybe Han and Leia, to meet him at the Jedi Temple. That this was probably Abrams' original idea, which you can't tell me that he didn't have any ideas at all. But my theory was that maybe Luke found something at the original Jedi Temple, and that he wanted to train Leia in some new force power or something that he discovered, and that his goal was perhaps to work together with Leia and then to go and save Ben. You can't tell me that Luke Skywalker's intention was not to save Ben Solo. Which is another reason Episode 8 fell flat on me. Is that Luke Skywalker, the person who saved Darth Vader...
That's too dangerous.
When everyone told him that Darth Vader was beyond saving, the man who took a chance on saving Darth Vader and redeeming him, and was rewarded, some reason later on in life, he decides that his son, not his son, his best friend's son and his sister's son, his nephew, Kylo Ren, oh, he's too far gone to be saved, and I have to kill him before he's even done anything.
Yes, far too dangerous. Wish me luck.
Samuels, don't!
Oh, yeah. They wanted to be edgy, and they wanted Rey to be completely the hero, you know.
Apollo, infection has been purged. The creature is no longer on board. The station is safe. Request that all hazard containment operations are suspended. Alert. Unauthorized connection. Ripley, Apollo's rejecting me. We might be in trouble.
Samuels?
Apollo is trying to stop me from interfacing. Oh no! Amanda! You need to manually disconnect the systems. Please!
Jesus, Samuels, I'll try!
Wait! You need to do it in the correct order, or the cascade will be fatal for me. I'm accessing Seegson schematics. Remove the red cable first.
Okay, red first! Red done!
Next, look for a blue cable. Can you see it?
Got it! Blue disconnected. What next?
I'm having trouble accessing the schematics. Apollo is making things difficult.
I need the next one, Samuels! What?
What's happening out there, Ripley?
The emergency lights have come on! I can't make out the colors of the cables! You're gonna have to guide me to them!
The next one is plugged into a wall socket. There was an upturned gurney nearby.
Found it!
Just two more, Ripley. Look for an open floor panel. There should be a deactivated android next to it.
Got it, Samuels!
Just the last one now, Ripley.
Ah, okay.
Samuels. You're dying.
You talk like I've had an actual life. Thank you for that.
Samuels.
The Apollo transit is open. Once you get into the core, it will talk to you.
You did that for me.
I wanted Amanda Ripley to have closure.
Ricardo, if you're there, pick up.
I'm here, sorry.
Samuels is gone.
Shit.
He opened Apollo Transit for me. I'm gonna go straight there. I'll get Apollo to lift the lockdown.
Well, that's kind of depressing. Apollo Transit. Yeah, that was cool. More androids? Come on. I really hate working Joes. Easily the most annoying enemies in this game. Not hard to kill or anything, really. It's just you have to expend a lot of resources to kill them sometimes. Shotgun shells. Shotgun shells seem to work really well against them. It's either that or stun baton charges. I didn't use an EMP mine? I guess not. I thought I'd thrown one at some point, but I guess I didn't. Let's heal. Let's move on with full health.
I just found something here. An interview tape. You need to hear it.
Play it, Ricardo.
You're Marlowe, right?
Yeah.
I'm Taylor. Sector Exec Wayland-Yutani.
Oh, the big guns now, huh? That's some girl with abandonment issues?
Leave Ripley out of this. She's just looking for closure. I'm looking after Wayland-Yutani interests.
And I'm looking to get out of this fucking cell. Maybe we can do with you.
Maybe. This is being recorded. You understand?
I saw. Red lights on.
I want data. The location of the planetoid where you found the derelict. All data you have on the origin of that organism.
I can give you that. And a way off this station. You just have to let me out.
I can probably agree to those terms. What the fuck?
Taylor? Taylor, get me out of this cell right now! Get me out!
Ripley?
I heard it.
Apollo private transit available. Board for Apollo Core.
Okay, I'm going to be right back real quick. Because my other buddy who wanted to see this still isn't back yet, and I feel bad for going too far without him. So I'm going to take a little break here, and I'll end the stream for now, but I will send you a message personally, Jim, as soon as I start the I'll send you a right on. I'll send you a message as soon as I start it back up again, which should be probably within the hour. You know, it won't be too long. And I do want to play more tonight, so it should go down. But anyway, thanks for jumping in. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you a little later. Cool. Right on. Awesome. Okay. Right on, man. Hopefully I'll see you a little later.